Welcome to the Unaffiliated Creatives Podcast, a show where independent artists can learn from other independent artists. My name is kaeveryday, and each week I will be speaking with some of the most creative minds in the indie music space, trying to figure out what they have learned while navigating through the music industry without the support of major record labels. This podcast is brought to you by the good people over at King Neppy Studios and powered by Red Weasel Media. Thanks for tuning in to the Unaffiliated Creators Podcast. I'm your host, kaeveryday. This is the indie artist safe place to take off your shoes, get comfortable, and stay a while. Do us a favor and please rate the show. And if you have any feedback for us, please email us at unaffiliatedcreatives@gmail.com. The snippet you heard playing was a song by indie artist Choche. The song was called Take It Back. Now that everybody's taking off their shoes and got comfortable, Choche, what you been up to?
You know me, man, just staying blessed, everything official, always, every day, bro. Taking it day by day.
Taking it day by day, huh?
Sure.
All right, we got to do that. All right, so let me start off by asking you this. So a name says a lot about a person. So with that being said, how did you come up with your stage name?
Honestly, my name first when I was like 3 or 4 years old was Poncho. So then my dad, as I got older, shied away from the name Poncho and just named me Choche. So it was an original nickname given to me by my father and his best friends back in the day. So I just stuck with it all throughout my life, throughout sports and everything. And Choche just became who I am.
All right, I like that. So let me say this. So I'm from the 757, you from the 804, and most people look at us like neighbors, even though we technically about an hour and a half away from each other. So with that being said, can you talk to us about growing up in Richmond, Virginia?
Being in Richmond, Virginia, back in the day, it was kind of like not so diverse. Like back in the day, it was more so like Chocolate City, like DC vibes. But nowadays, it's more diverse, and I'm appreciative of growing up in the city and the county. Because I grew up in Richmond City, played basketball and endless sports with all my friends in the city, endless summer camps. But I went to school in the county, in Henrico County. So having the best of both worlds and having both of my parents in my life allowed me to see both sides of the ball for real. Like, got to play like offense and defense virtually in real life, you feel me? So I'm grateful for being able to grow up in the county and the city at the same time, because there's a lot of things that kids in the city don't get to do versus kids in the county. So I'm glad to see both sides.
All right. Take a moment to share something about yourself that most people don't know already.
Honestly, most people don't know that, like, I literally could do everything, bro. Like, if you don't know that by now, I feel like you really don't know me. I played college football, act in movies, make music, got my own clothing line. And then I done even went through some negatives in life. Like, that's not nothing to be proud of. But anything somebody could say they did, I could relate to. Like, I never want to go back to jail ever again, but I've been there before, you feel me? So anything somebody younger or older could tell me they been through, I feel like I can relate.
All right. So you are an actor, a rapper, and a trapper. But when you say the word trapper, you mean it in a positive way. So can you take a few minutes to explain to us your definition of the word trapper?
For me, the definition of trapping for me is like anything you put your mind to and take your time and invest your money into. Like, for me, this shirt right here is a part of my trap. This hat is a part of my trap. Where I'm sitting at now, this is like my trap workspace, because I create all my clothes in here using vinyl. Then I even record myself in the studio in here. So trapping is all what you invest your time into and find the time and like the likeliness to even create something out of nothing. Like, just trapping. Just like, just how the drug dealers say they trap. You could trap doing anything else. As long as it's making you money and you being positive and legit with it, that's a trap for you.
All right. So now that we have established that you are an actor, a rapper, and a trapper, if you could only pick one for the rest of your life, which one would you pick and explain why?
Can I If I had to choose one, would it be like something that I already made it in life with, or right now at this moment?
I mean, you can answer the question however you see it. I'm just saying it, but you can only pick one. So it can be that something that you feel that you've already seen some success in, or just something that if you had to do only one thing for the rest of your life, which one would you pick? And then after you say that, then explain why.
Totally picking acting for sure, easy, no question. But the reason why is like the relationships I've built with people. I met other actors like Sorrell, Nafessa Williams, Rotimi, even my boy Rob J. I seen you interview him last time. We met on the set of Swagger. So just acting put you indoors with a bunch of different people like Trevor Jackson, the main character from Superfly. I was his stand-in for Burning Sands when we did Burning Sands for Netflix and Virginia State. So acting definitely, because it puts you indoors that music cannot. And then it's not just all about how many streams you sell. It's just about you as that person. Like, what are you gonna bring to the table, and what energy do you have that's gonna sell?
All right, so this wasn't even a question that I had prepared to ask you, but since you kind of just brought it up, I just got to ask. So you said you were a stand-in for Trevor Jackson in the movie. So are you saying that he didn't do his own stunts or something like that, and then you had to go in when there was like an action scene, or kind of talk to us exactly what you're talking about when you said you had to stand in for him?
So me being a stand-in for Trevor Jackson in 2017, I didn't have my hair like it is now. So to be the stand-in for somebody, you have to be the same height, skin complexion, and you gotta have the same haircut as them. So when it's a scene like, for instance, I had to be in the classroom taking a test and flipping through the textbook, but you can only see the top of Trevor Jackson's head and you can only see his fingers. So it wasn't a face shot. And then another scene was when he got thrown into the shower, which is also like a stunt double. So yeah, that had to be me. Scenes that you couldn't really see his face on, I had to substitute with his body, using the same shape and figure and complexion and do those things.
Okay. So he couldn't take the physical punishment of getting thrown in the shower. So that's when they call you in, and you the one that's got to take that abuse on that punishment of getting thrown against the shower. Huh?
Yeah, they're a little Hollywood. So he like, bro, I'm not trying to do 16 takes again thrown in the shower. So that's where the stand-in come in. But I'm grateful for it. Got to meet everybody and build personal relationships. So it's cool. Got to work your way up on everything.
All right. So talk to us about your first rap performance that took place at the Cyber Cafe back in December 2021.
All right, so that was like a very out the blue moment for me. Like I was just promoting my music on Instagram around 2021. It's the same time in my clothing line because that's when I started initially. So I was like, let me just hit the social medias with everything I have to offer, the clothes and the music, and then just movie clips. So I was just doing that one day promoting, and the people from Cyber Cafe just reached out to me and was like, we like your music and we like your clothes. It would be nice if you could come open up at the Cyber Cafe. So that was like my first opportunity. And I had took about 10 friends with me, and that just made me who I am today. Like that was my first ever performance, and everything was good, one legit. I had merch and t-shirts and everything. So after I seen that turnout, it just showed me what I wanted to do in life, and I just kept going from there.
All right, so I didn't have this question prepared either, but I'm just going to ask you now that you just kind of talked about your experience in performing live. And now I've experienced this, but I'm gonna ask you: did it happen to you? Did you have a hard time hearing yourself when you was performing?
Yeah, so my first time performing, like it was a low budget performance, you feel me? It's like a cyber cafe restaurant slash club. So, it was kind of unorganized, but they had professional DJ equipment. But when it came to like toning for your voice and everything, the few people that went before me, I couldn't hear them at all. So I was like, do they have stage fright or bad stage performance? Until I got the microphone and I realized like Oh man, like this setup really has to be 100% legit. And you gotta have like sound check before you do this type of stuff, cause I couldn't hear myself, bro. It was terrible.
So I did a little research. I'm gonna be honest with you, and at some point, I mean, I don't know how far you trying to take, your music career, but I know you probably seen like bigger recording artists. They have like the earpiece in their ear. You almost have to have one of those earpieces to be able to hear yourself, because if you don't, because most rooms and most places that you perform, they aren't built for the best acoustics, so you're not gonna hear the sound coming back to in your ears like you need to be able to sound as good as you can. So I did some research and I was like, oh, so that's why all of these artists be wearing them earpieces so they can hear themselves. So when they're singing or rapping or whatever, it sounds good coming out.
Now you definitely have to hear yourself, man. You got to. Like I know when I went to like Chris Brown concerts and stuff, no matter how much dancing and singing he doing, he definitely gonna always have that small invisible earpiece in. You got to.
Yep. All right. So talk to me about getting the chance to perform for the Ultra Theater for the Drewski Could Have Been Records tour.
Bro, that was like a major stepping stone in life as of recently. Like when things seemed like they was just getting stagnant or staying stagnant and not increasing, that was like the most spontaneous thing ever that just uplifted me in my career recently. Cause honestly, so I had tickets to go to the show just to attend the show with my best friends. So then I went to go hang with my cousin earlier in the day. The show started at 7 p.m. My cousin was like, hey, bro, let's hang out, get something to eat real quick at like 3 o'clock. So I got to his house at 3:15, and we just scrolling on Instagram while I'm waiting outside in the parking lot. And he was like, hey, bro, what you doing tonight? So I'm like, I got tickets to go see the Drewski show at 7 o'clock, but other than that, I'm just chilling. He was like, I ain't gonna lie, bro. He just posted on Instagram, if you want a chance to perform on stage tonight, meet me here at the Altria Theater at 4 o'clock. So it's 3:30 on the dot at this point when my cousin telling me this. And we're about 15 minutes away from the venue in Northside Richmond. But the venue is located downtown at VCU. So next thing you know, I'm just asking him like, I ain't gonna lie, I was kind of hesitant. I was like, do you think I should go? Cause I know what Drewski is. You feel me? You know how Drewski just make fun of people. That's his clout. That's how he get his clout. And I take my craft seriously. So I was like, should I even go, bro? Cause I know Drewski gonna be playing a lot. He was like, I ain't gonna lie, bro. You know your vibe and you know your energy. So whatever you put your mind to, some might work out. So I'm like, yeah, you right, bro. That was the initial boost of momentum. So I pulled up. Then I called my parents. I was like, man, I don't even have on the official brand outfit. Like, I don't feel complete. I had on some old Nike sweats and a Nike t-shirt, just bumming it that day. So then I still drove down there and I parked in front of the venue. And next thing you know, as soon as I parked, I saw my best friend since third grade, my boy Davon. He was driving for FedEx and he was right in front of me. So I'm like, yo, beat the horn, flag him down. He like, bro, you got 15 minutes to go inside, bro. You need to rehearse right here while you getting dressed. So I just popped my trunk. Next thing you know, I had a whole official brand sweatsuit in there, which is my brand. Had a hat, had a different pair of shoes. So I put all that on. It felt like a Superman outfit. So I go inside with 5 minutes left. They finally let me indoors. And I get to perform backstage for Drewski A&R and his manager. So they was like, man, you coming on here with all this cool stuff, bro. Like, this ain't really what we looking for. Cause they telling me the truth. They want to make fun of people. But I'm like, bro, this is my city. Like, I understand if y'all don't want me to go up there and be too cool, but I respect. He was like, since you got good energy, bro, we gonna let you rock. But just know Drewski gonna make fun of you, bro. He was like, but you so cool, like, it might just work out in your favor. So then I finally went on stage and he only let 20 people go backstage out of 100 auditions. So I was one out of 20. Then for the 20 people that was supposed to go on stage during the actual show, he only let 16 people go. And I was number 15 before the last one. So yeah, it was just a blessing, my God, bro. And then when I went on stage, the whole city of Richmond, you could just hear everybody in the crowd like, yeah, Choche, and just endless cameras, different camera angles. So that was like kind of a great boost of momentum for me, bro.
All right, so this is like a follow-on question to what we were just talking about. So did Drewski try to sign you to Could Have Been Records after seeing your performance?
So he actually cut my performance short because the intro to my song was it was played out like it was taking too long. Like I had some ad libs where I was like, man, the grams or scams, which I didn't go straight into the song, which is another reason I feel like I need a manager because I had to choose my own song and everything. It was just a whole bunch of stuff that happened within 30 minutes, which I'm grateful for the opportunity, but he had cut my song short on stage. So when he did that, I was like, F you, Winnie the Pooh, and the whole entire stadium got weak. So after that, I saw him backstage and we took a picture together. He was like, I ain't gonna lie, bro, I like you, man. He was like, you got real good energy. And we just exchanged numbers and everything. And he was like, that Winnie the Pooh joke was funny. Like, that caught him off guard. So everything worked out for a reason because I told him that I was an actor, rapper, trapper on stage. And he repeated my slogan to the entire crowd. He was like, all right, Mr. Actor, Rapper, Trapper, tell us your name, man. So it was just like a great interaction, bro.
All right. Well, while we're on the topic of performances, this is a segment of the podcast I like to call Cut the Beat. So DJ, cut the beat. Yo, Choche, you ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's go.
This song, VA to LA, right here is the first verse, the chorus. They say I'm a walking lick. Now let me talk like this. I really been having my way. Finna turn VA to LA. I be keeping them bowls and grits. I'm really control of this. I've been manifesting my life. All I know how to do is right. Yeah, him come through loud pipes. Try to fix that keyword white. Been thinking olive green shit. I wrapped up whip I might. I'm in your city serving all these women zips tonight. I'm charging 50 footers. I'ma dress it up real nice. Then text. Yes, sir. That was VA to LA right there, the chorus, man. Off Apple One.
Hey man, I ain't seen too many people that do freestyles and actually be actually almost singing the song instead of just straight rapping, man. I see you got a lot of skills, man. So I gotta ask you, man, do you consider yourself a rapper, or do you consider yourself a singer, or you just do it all?
Honestly, bro, I don't like to consider myself a rapper because, like, the topics that rappers sing about. See, me, I personally like to just harmonize my truth, you feel me? That was the main reason I started making music because I don't know if you can hear it or not, but I'm kind of mellow tone, you feel me, in my voice. So back in the day when I'm playing football and everything, like, my coaches used to stay telling me, like, speak up, but I wasn't a vocal player, you feel me? I was just doing it. I was more so just strictly athletic, but I was never vocal enough. So I never thought I could be heard, and then people used to never just listen to what I said. So when I started making music and harmonizing the frequency, it's just a blessing, bro. Like, that's better than anything, for real. People actually listen now.
All right. So I saw a music video of yours for a song titled Hello Freestyle. And in the video, it looks like you're on a rooftop dancing while standing on top of something that looked like a trailer. So with all that being said, whose idea was it to dance on top of the rooftop while being on top of a trailer?
Bro, my cameraman, like, I had two cameramans out there for one. My boy Shep, he recorded my I'm Choche video and my VA to LA video. He recorded mostly everything. Book Lens 12. Then I had my older cousin Slee's TV out there. So we just capturing the scenery, and he like, bro, we gotta do something to push this video to the limit. Like, y'all gotta get on top of this box right here. And I'm like, bro, we already on the roof. He like, nah, bro, we got the drone. Like, if y'all get on top of this box, it's gonna look like y'all floating on top of the city on some green screen stuff. So I'm like, all right, bro, I'm gonna get right. So it just took me some courage. I got up there. I'm not gonna lie. It was super windy, bro. When I say it was like 46 degrees that day, and this was like early March, and it was super windy. The drone almost fell out the sky. It was a lot, but it was cool though.
Well, that's why I wanted to ask you the question because y'all was like dancing around and stuff. So I was like, man, I guess they must not be scared of heights being on top of this trailer, on top of a roof, and they danced. I was like, yo, these dudes crazy.
Yeah, that was definitely getting crazy for sure. And that song actually is one of my most streamed songs on all my platforms. Like that one song alone has over 5,000 streams. I'm not sure why, but I'm grateful for it.
And I'm pretty sure it's probably one of the most watched videos. I mean, even if you ain't listening to the song, like I said, it caught my attention. I was like, they doing on a roof? Hold on, let me look at this thing, see what they doing. So just the fact that y'all on the rooftop and then y'all on top of the trailer just really like give you that wow factor. So people, let me listen to see what these dudes talking about.
Acting life that I want to include in the actor, rapper, trapper. It's all in one. Like I just want to do everything forever, even do my own stunts.
All right, so you've been in several TV shows now. The Walking Dead, you were in Swagger, just to name a few. With that being said, what was your favorite role and explain why?
So honestly, Walking Dead had to be my favorite role, bro. Honestly, because like, so at first they wanted me to be a survivor. I mean, they wanted me to be a zombie, but I had a terrible zombie walk. And I was the only zombie with like quote unquote dreads. That's what they said. But this is two strand twist. But so it was very noticeable on camera when I was the only zombie with hair. Like it was super noticeable. Like every take you would notice me. So they was like, all right, we can't really have you as a zombie no more because for one, your zombie walk is terrible. And then for two, your hair just keep poking out. So they turned me into a survivor. So I just got to chill and just be a survivor. And I was wearing like shredded clothes, and it was like really teaching me tactics how to survive in The Walking Dead. Like they was giving us making like shotguns out of pipes and stuff, and they was just teaching us how to weld stuff like you would do if you was actually lost in the wild. So that was a cool role for me because you got to actually learn stuff while being on set.
If I was you, I think I would have had to ask the question like, why can't a zombie have twists? Like, because at some point you would have been you would have been a person, a human, and then if you got turned to a zombie, your hair don't change.
Bro, you know how I took it? I'm not even being racist, but I took it. I was just like, it's cool. Black people can't become zombies. Like,
All right, man, I feel so much better now.
that's how I say. I look at it that like.
There's one less thing I got to worry about, right? I will never have to worry about turning into a zombie. All right. So let me ask you this question. Take a few minutes and talk to us about the process or what it would take to get acting roles. Like, what did you do to be able to even be in a position to start getting acting roles?
So honestly, I was playing college football from like, I graduated high school 2015. Then I went to prep school in Charlotte from 2015 to 2016. Then I went to HBCU called Livingstone. So in between my transition from prep school to actual college football at Livingstone, I was just chilling at home, and my aunt Monique Brown, she was doing this lady named Kendall Cooper casting. She was doing her hair at Mango Salon one day. And the lady Kendall was like, hey Monique, I'm currently casting for the Harriet Tubman film in the Richmond area. And she was like, I'm looking for like skinny black boys. So at the time, I clearly was young and skinny and black. And my aunt was like, oh, my nephew is like the perfect dude for this because like he's young and he's not working right now. He's just in between playing college football and stuff, so he need the money. So she signed me up to become a slave for the Harriet Tubman film. So I started doing that, and I was doing that for like one whole year. And then honestly, after that, they was just liking like my professionalism on set because other people didn't like being background actors. Like it's 16 hours a day. And sometimes you standing outside or sometimes you can't have your phone, but you legit there for 16 hours a day. So these other people, they like non-athletes and stuff. And me, I'm just in between playing college football. So I'm like, shoot, this easy money, just standing up for 16 hours. So they told me they had liked my will to work and my professionalism. So that really got me in the door and just brought me back. So then after that, I had met somebody that told me about a Facebook page that was called Virginia Film Lovers. It was like a website on Facebook. And I saw an audition for Burning Sands, and that's how I got into Burning Sands. So yeah, just all steps aligned by God, really, bro.
Amen. Let the church say amen. I like that. Um, so let me ask you this question. Would you ever be willing to move to a place like Hollywood if that's what it takes to elevate your acting career to the next level?
Honestly, yes, because you got to take some sacrifices in life. Like, you know what I'm saying? If I was to move out there for 6 months and gave it my all, the biggest thing I could hear or the worst thing I could hear is no. You feel me? So even sometimes just getting in those doors where people can tell you no, as long as they get to see who you are, they gonna remember you for something you did. So if you just take that chance, I wouldn't mind moving to Hollywood at all, or even Atlanta. You feel me? Anywhere where the film life is bigger than Virginia.
All right. So where do you see your career in the next couple of years?
Honestly, I see my career like skyrocketing in the next year or two, bro. Cause it's like so much networking that I'm doing out here in Richmond. And then I was eager for this opportunity that you gave me today also. Cause like I got family from the 757 and everything. And I've been asking people like, yeah, you know, my boy kaeveryday, he got me on the podcast this weekend. So just doing stuff like this, networking with people that's like-minded and just having my clothing line, having the music get over 20,000 streams, and just having the movies. And then I got my first speaking role coming out this year. So I just feel like everything aligning in perfect time, bro. So yeah, I just feel like in the next year or two, it's definitely gonna skyrocket. Like everything is just gonna keep getting better and better.
All right. So the premise of this podcast is independent artists learning from other independent artists. So I couldn't let you get out of here without asking you this question. So what mistakes, if any, have you made so far in your career that other people can learn from?
Uh, Honestly, paying for like fake promotion online, and then also like paying for like Instagram story promotions from certain artists who aren't even A-list artists or B-list artists. Like, it's just like if you want to really promote yourself, I'd rather you take your money and go to your local radio station and figure out a contract to see how many plays you can get on the radio, or take it to DJs that work at the club and ask them how much for them to spin your music. Cause when you paying for promotion on Instagram, people telling you like DC Young Fly, with all due respect to him. After I just did a podcast 2 weeks ago and they asked me a question, they said, what actor do you want to be like? Who inspires you? And I said, Chris Tucker or modern day DC Young Fly. I promise you, 2 days after that, DC Young Fly DM me, bro. And he was like, yo, what's up, bro? We gotta get your numbers up. Like, let's do some promotion. So I'm asking them, like, what can we do for some promotion? Cause you come to Richmond July 1st. So we could meet in person, that'd be cool. He was like $500 for 2 Instagram stories. And I'm like, with all due respect, big bro, I'm shadow banned on Instagram. So anything on Instagram, I'm not really putting my craft and my art into something that's controlled by the white man. You feel me? Like you gotta be more hands-on these days. Like get back out to the people that's around you for real. Cause if you can get 100 people around you to spend $100 with you, then you obtain a lot of money. You feel me? So yeah, that's my biggest mistakes. Just taking simple steps that I know won't really get me nowhere instead of taking bigger risks.
All right. So take the time to tell the audience anything that you want them to know that we haven't talked about already.
Honestly, Classic Studios is where I drop all my clothes. 102 North 7th Street. Classic Studios RVA on Instagram. Now, other than that, Everything official, always every day. That's the slogan and that's the brand. Y'all remember to stay positive. The best thing you could be in your life is yourself. And that's what makes everybody unique. So that's my mindset, bro. I'm just forever humble, not forever grateful. And I'm always down to network and help anybody obtain anything that's good.
All right, well, I appreciate you taking the time to come on this podcast today, and we definitely gonna link up soon, man, and do some networking and get some work. And hey, man, just keep grinding.
Yes, sir, for sure, my brother. I appreciate you, bro. This is real dope, for real.
All right, man, I'm gonna holler at you.